Can you trust Thai women? Many men have come to Thailand and fell in love with it. After planning for years or maybe having to wait until retirement, they are finally in a position to move there. The vast majority want to be in a good long-term relationship. And many are thinking of marrying a Thai girl. Maybe you would like to own a home, start a business or any number of things to put down permanent roots. As you know, foreigners are very limited in this regard. You can't own a house in Thailand. You would have to purchase it in your wife's name. Or it could be your girlfriend's name. As crazy as that sounds, it is no different than buying a house with your wife. Either way, you have no rights to the home and can be kicked out if the relationship sours. This brings up the question of trust. How well can you trust your Thai girlfriend? Even if everything is great now, what will happen a few years down the line? How much say will the family have? These are all difficult questions. Especially when you are in love. There is nothing especially bad about Thai women that make them worse than others. In fact, most are better than Western women. Remember, your country likely has a 50% divorce rate. So all of this applies regardless of the country. The difference here is your rights. Back home you have at least some chance of getting your share of the assets. This is simply not the case in Thailand, where you do not have the rights of a citizen. If you make it to the point of marriage, hopefully you know the woman pretty well. At least enough to take the gamble. If it is a girlfriend, well, that is another story. First, let's look at how a Thai girl may differ from yourself. There is a reason you found her attractive and want to be with her. And that is directly based on the way she was raised. Her culture and background, her religion and family. Now look at what they want in life. What drives them? How about her goals? What do they want from you? One thing you will notice. Thais live for today. Tomorrow may never come. As they age, they do spend a little time thinking of the future, but only a little. They may be perfectly content with the relationship today, but if the situation changes, so will their commitment. Will they be there for you if you get hurt, lose your income or simply get older? The answer is not that simple. Face is the main driving force behind most Thai women. This is a major part of their culture. So if a woman is proud of her situation, she is happy. If she is ashamed or embarrassed, she will be very unhappy. This is where things can change quickly. Maybe everything is great up until the friend living next door gets a new car. Now you need to buy a new car. Maybe you don't want to, or can't. This puts her below the neighbor and suddenly, you are not a good provider. To maintain face, you need to be continually doing better. You need to do this to bring pride to your family. You are doing this to show the whole village that you are successful. Not all Thai women will be taking this to the extreme, but you should expect it to some extent. Strangely, you see this more with the girls from rural areas. Those that didn't have much to begin with. It is lesser in the big cities such as Bangkok. Partly because a girl will already have some pride simply from being in Bangkok. The girl from the countryside will have more to prove. Most of the developed countries are diverse. Thailand really isn't. Sure, you see foreigners around, but once you get outside of the major cities, we are actually rare. We stick out. We are accepted, but not as Thais. We are different and we are looked at as such. There are higher expectations placed on us. From a financial point, in most cases we do have higher incomes, though it is rarely as high as the people around us perceive it to be. We do not have the local support system that a Thai does, meaning it does cost us more to live. We often have to fly back home eating up the equivalent of a few months' wages for the average Thai. None of this means that we are only looked at as an ATM machine and will be tossed aside the moment we run out of money. Although, that does happen in some cases. It does mean that there is a perception that we are rarely doing as much as we could. This is where the animosity starts to build. It is just as likely to be a misunderstanding as it is ill intentions. The woman believed that you were rich and have a never-ending supply of money. When the reality sets in, so does the disappointment. The pressure from family and friends slowly eats at her and she eventually blames you. This is all sounding quite negative, but I want to reinforce that this is cultural and part of the same Thai culture that is responsible for the many great attributes that Thai women possess. Thai women are not bad. We are just looking at this one bad trait. So how do you deal with this? You won't be able to change your partner, or at least not by much. You can explain the budget for various expenditures and make her aware that these are firm. It is best to do this right from the start. Also take the time to talk about your culture. How you look at the rat race, and being materialistic, keeping up with the Jones. She won't get it any more than you get her ways, but at least she can begin to understand. Knowing all of this, how could you ever trust a Thai girl? I have a simple idea about that. How can you trust a woman back home? Most of you watching this have been through a bad relationship, divorce, maybe more than one. There are no guarantees no matter where the girl is from. My best advice is to proceed with caution. Slowly build trust and make sure the family accepts you for more than just your money. Don't be over-suspicious, but don't be blind either. Give them the benefit of the doubt unless they are warning signs. This applies to the family as much as the woman. There are way too many variables to think otherwise. Your wife could have an accident and the family immediately take everything and you are kicked to the street. If the warning signs are there, don't be stupid. Watch out for yourself at that point. Regardless of how much trust you have, never put out more than you are willing to lose. Best of luck on this crazy adventure.